Hello, Dark Angel here, or Crazy-Jhu. Um, Today, bit bored. Don't feel too good, but think I'm gonna make a video about the minion fights in Asgard and why you should take part in those fights. Why would you do that? It's actually pretty simple. Uh, Actually, it's more for this. Battle the boss's minions in the guild raid 3 times. I mean, these are your personal quests for actually the weekly personal quest for Asgard. Uh, Level up a tree of wisdom branch 1 time, and then you can do it 2 times and stuff. And unlock an ascension glyph in the ascension spire 1 time. Use astral providence 1 time. Battle a guild raid boss 1 time. Now, imagine all this time when Asgard came out and you didn't fight the boss 5 times. You didn't fight because the boss was too strong and you didn't do any kind of damage. It doesn't matter. This game actually rewards the active players. What I mean by that is even if you lose, even if you lose with you doing only like 10,000 damage on the boss, on Osh, it doesn't matter. These quests make sure you will get something. It's not a lot, but it is something. It's always better to get one prize than no prize at all. So, not doing the minion fights on a weekly base, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it's 4 days of doing minion fights. I always wait till the last day. Um, Simply the reason is I think I set this one up. Still, yeah. See, 1 week I start with the single battles like this, and then I end up with the 3 position fights. So my heroes are set for the 3 position fight the next week. So this week they are actually set for the 3 settlements. So I'm gonna fight it like this, and then I work my way back to the 1 position fight. The reason why you should fight is simple. You will see that when I win the next fight. Why should you do that? Fight every minion fight. Look at this. You get all this. I mean, if you are actually in the level 5 ascension area, then this or that is nothing, but it adds up. After a while, it adds up. It surely does. So you should actually do the minion fights anyway. Also, you have to be sure that you can win that fight, because if you lose the fight, you won't get nothing. So you really need to be careful which fights you're gonna do, and if the minions are actually too strong for you, then just be sure that you can actually win certain fights so you get your personal loot, because this is the personal loot. The guild has nothing to do with this loot. The guild will actually get something out of these these minion fights, and that's guild morale. Now the guild morale needs to go up so you actually do more damage against Osh. And for as long as this Asgard thing is a thing in the game, I see lots of people just refusing to do these fights, and that's just sad. I can't say stupid. I can only say sad, because if I say stupid, it's negative, and I don't want to be negative at all. So I'm gonna rearrange my heroes again and put the big ones over there. Let's go. I don't need all that. I can just do it with this and that. Fuck it. But just to make sure. Nothing strange happening or something. So doing these fights, I mean, there was a guy who told me, man, it takes too long to do these fights, and I was like, what? How can this take too long? I don't know. I mean, it's pause, skip, pause, skip. I mean, if you think that takes too long, then I don't know how fast your life is going, but damn, respect. So I'm already past halfway done. So and the right team is actually there. So let's fight these mini ashes. And this team is gonna get wrecked anyway. And there we go. Done. So I did all my fights. Actually, this was a low level boss for some reason. I don't know. It's like 120, 125, 110, 125. Yeah, should be 130 or something. But yeah, the problem with going for high level bosses is that if your guild has a lot of these big players, strong players with really strong lol osh teams or meta teams, like they call it different names, but it's basically the team that does the most damage against Osh. If you have like 30 members with over 7 or 800 or maybe 900, maybe a million on strength in that team, then you don't need to start with 125. You go straight for 150 or something, because those players have enough heroes to actually complete the minion fights and win those fights. Then morale will get an insane boost, and you basically have 800 of these Valor emblems or something, and then you can buy whatever. Um, so, but let's not deviate from why I made this video. So let's go to the daily quests in the weekly parts section. So battle the boss minions in the guild raid 3 times, and then you have another one 5 times. So it doesn't seem much that you get from it, but you didn't have to do anything for it. I mean, then there is 9 times. So you get 3 times you can get loot if you fight them 9 times. You can lose 9 times, it doesn't matter. So this section has nothing to do with winning or losing for the quest that I just completed. You just have to participate. So the key word in this section was participate. Just do it. It doesn't matter if you win or lose or you suck or you're good. It doesn't matter. The loot stays the same. So you fight that and you go for it. So then back to Asgard, guild rate. Like you have seen that every time you win a fight, you get loot as well. If you fight this position or that position, doesn't matter which position, and you lose, you just can't complete it, you get no loot at all. So then you have to ask yourself, what you're gonna do? You're gonna fight the next position, and the next, 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 and the next. Then you get more of these moral points, or you go for the personal gain. And that means you keep fighting till you get that thing done. But it also translates in the fact that, for example, you lose 3 times on the same position, and at the 4th time you win. Yeah, that means that you already used 4 of these minion attack attempts. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you have these left for fighting. But if you can't win a 1 position, probably gonna be a real menace to do the 3 position fights. Yeah. So you can go for the guild morale, or you can go for your own personal gain, which is totally fine. I mean, it sounds selfish when I say that, but it doesn't. I mean, your heroes need to grow in ascension rank and in 3 branches. So you just go for the points for yourself. I mean, individually, you won't make that much of a difference in Osh fights if you lose at the set minion difficulty. So it doesn't matter. And maybe that sounds to you that I am actually talking way high up my tower against the peasants down there, but it's not true. It's really not true. I want to make sure that you understand that if you don't fight these things, you will stay where you are. It's gonna take a lot to do, to upgrade, to get higher levels in power. Actually, it's more in power. Let's, for example, I mean, I'm struggling to get this one past like 160, get it to some serious levels, but this is just my Kark account. But Kark, I'm not doing anything for Kark for the last year, I think. It's more Jhu, Marta, Sebastian, Isaac, and Nebula that I'm actually focusing on. So, I mean, if I make my normal team and I make Osh team, they are not that much difference in power. I think it's like 80 or maybe 70 or 80,000 in between. So I did a lot of grinding on these heroes. The good thing about my Kark team was that Marta and Nebula already was at a good level, so I only needed to get Isaac and Sebastian and Jhu at a certain point. But I was doing my 5 base team, and Jhu was always somewhere that I gave him the leftovers to. So it's a thing. I mean, you go to the Ascension. I'm actually at Ascension 5, but I have enough of these, but not enough of these. So if I get enough of that, the Great Valor Insignia, then I could actually max him out pretty easy. Because I have enough of these. I mean, then for Jhu, it's the same. It's the same thing. I need this. I have enough of that, but not enough of this. So I can go to level 5 in Ascension rank when I get enough of that. It's the same for Martha. I get 4,000 of these, so I could actually start upgrading him, but I don't know. I'm actually hesitating for that. Same for Faceless. But I'm actually struggling with these 3 because they all 3 need the same shit. I mean, I got this already, but oh, nice. What do I do? Yeah, I'm gonna give it to him. So I still need that. I mean, but that's for 3 heroes. So you can only imagine how long it's gonna take to get these 3 to a maximum level. Maybe in 2058 or something. I don't know. It's gonna take a long time. I can tell you that. But to get there a little bit faster, you just need to do minion fights and fight the boss. It really don't matter if you win or lose. If you participate all your action or minion attack attempts, you get that weekly quest done. If you fight Osh 5 times, even if you do like 5 damage against it, doesn't matter. You get your weekly prize. I mean, the loot is for free. You don't have to spend anything for it. So, not doing those minion fights, and it only took me like 3 minutes to do all these fights. If you are able to fight 3-4 hours in because you're free to play, maybe, I don't know, if you're willing to spend 3 hours on this game, why wouldn't you spend 3 minutes on this? Because you don't have to have a VIP level, you don't have to have Valkyrie favor, it doesn't matter, you can always skip these fights. You just start a fight, hit the pause button, then skip the entire thing. And it's gonna resolve the fight like you're actually fighting in arena, just auto. You can't do shit about anything. You have to watch the fight, but you can skip the fight. It's the same outcome. So, I mean, it can't be that hard. So, ASGARD can be a real pain in the ass. It can be really demotivating. I mean, if when I started with this, I don't know, 2 years ago or 1 year, I don't know how long is this ASGARD thing. Time flies by like it's nothing. So at the start, I couldn't do damage against these level 130 bosses, and eventually the real professional players in this game figured out that you can build a team like you know the meta team right now, and they start doing crazy amounts of damage, and then everything went faster. And that's the reason why you see a lot of these teams like 1.1 million, 1.09 million strength. It's like, wow, how is that possible? Yeah, just the ascension rank, the branch tree, or the tree branch, excuse me. I mean, it's crazy. The great tree of wisdom. I mean, the thing is, if you are a physical fighter and you have your meta team, you really don't need the control branch to be high level. Where if you are control hero fighter, then yeah, this should be high. This is bad. I think I'm gonna start investing in Liam because today I see some crazy shit. If Saiyan watches this video, yeah, thank you for that, for the log that I asked for on Discord. It was awesome. But this is about Asgard. So the support role branch should be at a decent level because actually 3 of the 5 members of your meta team is in there, so it would be a good thing to have that at a good decent level. I mean, also your healer role branch can be at a good level. I don't know why I did it like this, but I should have done this one first, and also for my PvP team, I should have done this first. I don't think this was needed, but hey, people make stupid mistakes, so I can only learn from them. That's the only reason why this is 32 and this 29, this 30, because actually this should be 25, this 32 or 34, 34. But I mean, it takes 80 of these eternal seeds and I only have 34, so it's gonna take some time to get to that thing, but he's gonna go to 35 first. I'm so sure about that, really. Your Astral Seer is also a questing. If you do 7 a week, you get those weekly prizes. And maybe there is a grand prize in there. I don't think the grand prize is a grand prize. I just got 100 of these thingies. I think that's the grand prize for me. But whatever. They think Eternal Seeds is a grand prize, but I don't think it is. But just difference of opinion. I mean, I think it's a good thing that they have that Wheel of Fortune or something. Only this is pretty expensive for what it gives you. So 10 eternal seeds. Now a lot of people start being angry that they can't do the 10 million damage mark. Why would you want to have the 10 million damage mark for that one eternal seed? What they fail to understand is that if you can't do the 10 million damage thing, then you're actually not doing a good thing. Upgrading the wrong heroes or composing the wrong team against the wrong kind of boss, or actually it's the same kind of boss but the wrong kind of level. There are some tricks, and I mean, I'm still learning about them, but I know the basics of it. Let's Private message, no. Hero challenge. Let's just make the team. I mean, if you fighting level 160 boss, then most of these professional guys that do crazy damage, they use Axel. I I only found out a month or 2 or 3 ago, I think. They say, yeah, but if you fight with Albus, your team is gonna die fast, especially Isaac. It's gonna really get killed fast. So they use this Axel, and then they built their team um, like Osh team is built in the first place. No, use the wrong thing. But then they take off. Why is it not going? Fuck. What the hell? So, why no patronage for Marta? Well, I'm gonna explain it like it was explained to me, and it made sense actually. Um, if you have too much defense and the damage income, so the damage that's coming to you is not doing much against your team, you will slowly build your energy, really slowly build your energy. So before you actually have your energy build up, the fight is already like 30-40 seconds ongoing, and by that time that Ash thingy with awakening is these spheres or whatever it's coming. It's a lot of info. It's gonna wreck your team pretty fast, and then you have no time to respond to that. So if you take away Marta's patronage, she gonna get damaged a lot more than before. But it's actually Marta that gives you the 250% speed up to actually speed up your other heroes to build up their energy faster, because they're gonna react faster, do faster skills and stuff. So that way you're gonna be quicker. Also, you have the go buff that gives you, what was it, 20% more speed. So you buy that 5 times, you have 100% speed up, and then the 250, that's 350% speed up. So your team gonna be really quick in doing damage, doing their first kill, da 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 da. So if your team is not too strong, but you are fighting actually a boss fight Ash at the same range of you, you can actually change your pet into Albus, and hopefully your team can survive this also without selecting a pattern pet for Martha. It's only you only need to fight Ash a few times to get the right composure of your team. I mean, I don't know what the level is of your team. I don't know how much armor, health, or whatever you got on your team. So you actually have to find out. So see, that's why Nexters have to give you the ability to fight Osh in training combat. That would be so fucking awesome. So you can actually compose your teams with the buffs you normally get, and then you can actually find out where does all this damage coming from. Is it from you getting more defense or you getting more attack buffs? Now, if your team is powerful enough to survive all the things that Ash is throwing at you without any defense buffs, then I would say buy all the attack buffs, because your team is going to survive anyway. The more defense buffs you get, the less damage you get, the slower your team's going to build up energy. It's always the same. It's always the same thing. So it took me a long time to understand what these guys were telling me, and it took a long time for them to actually get why I'm not understanding this, because for them it was crystal clear. It was crystal clear. They were like, "Why can't you understand that?" Blah blah blah. And so we had long conversations, and they had to explain every single thing. And then all of a sudden, one guy said, "Yeah, but it's about fucking speed and energy building up." So Also, if you have too much magical defense on Isaac, that's what this guy told me. If you have too much magical defense on Isaac, he's gonna slow him down so hard that he's gonna die before he does anything. And I'm like, okay. And then I looked at this. Uh, so I was actually happy that I didn't do too much, but it's a lot. And then I looked at this and I was like, oh, fuck. I actually maxed that out, so that's not good. No, it's not good, he said. Okay, yeah, then I'm actually fucked, but whatever. I'm still doing decent damages and I get my shit done, but I'm not a whale. People think I'm a whale, but I'm not a whale. I can be VIP 13, but that's not whaling. This account is like fucking 2 years and a half old, and I'm only VIP 13, and this is what I have to show for it. It's nothing. Bro, that's nothing, really. It's nothing. I mean, that's an account that's been neglected for some time. At the start, I went pretty fast with everything. Didn't buy that much, but actually, at one point, I was actually tired of grinding these car parts and shit like that. So fuck it, I bought these emeralds and actually he was red and then red +1, red +2. I just skipped it with emeralds. Bada bing, bada boom. But on these heroes, no. I never ever did the, what is it called? The rarity affairs on these heroes. Just pure grinding, man. Fuck it. I should be more upgraded if I used all these rarity affair offers and stuff like that. But it's not about that, is it? So ASGARD. So we can conclude this video because I'm actually talking about everything at the same time. I'm just built that way. I don't know why. It's chaos in my head. In my head, not my hair. I'm bald. So guild raids. First, you need to participate in all these minion fights. Even if you lose, just do them. If you want to go for personal points, then you complete and you make sure you win. If it takes you 2 fights, takes you 2 fights. It means that you can take one less position, but doesn't matter. You still get your 9-fight loot thing on the weekly quest. So every time you win a position, so you destroy that position, you get that ascension loot also. But that's on this screen. So it's not a weekly thing. It's a weekly thing, but it's not actually in the weekly quest on start screen. So you fight them, you gain your loot, you also gain guild morale. Guild morale is needed to do more damage. So you get these Valor emblems, and then you can buy these thingies. Now this week, you can actually buy attack buffs. You can buy defense buffs, but the only thing that actually is on my mind for the gold buffs then is the speed up button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still don't have enough gold, but it doesn't matter. I will get that later. Then you have your buff rarity is changed weekly. Yes, I know. These are the epic buffs. All heroes on the team deal 25% bonus damage against nightmares for each nightmare on the fight. Okay, thank you. More damage, I will take that any day. So when inflict slumber on nightmare vision, blah, 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 the hero that generates the nightmare gains 30% energy for more for damage dealt to it. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, the minions weren't that high level, so if I buy this, I only have 250 left. So I'm gonna actually look for. This is the Grove Keepers. This is the Undead. Defeating vision gain 10 seconds on percent out of the entire team. Yeah, that's for later. After a meteor shower, all heroes gain a buff that increase all healing dealt by 100%. Tank heroes. Yeah, that only occurs when you have an actual tank in your thing. I mean, Isaac doesn't count as a tank. Triggers an astral shield. Da da da. Da 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 da. 25 of field. Yeah, I will take that. No worries. Yeah, I think I'm going for this one. Wait, where is it? Yeah, more energy. Why not? The marksman. Yeah, why not? It's an attack buff, so fuck it. Triggers an astral shield. Oh, fuck it. I'll take this. Doesn't matter really. I'm actually after this one. Get some attack buffs and oversized healing. It's a good thing if you fight high level bosses. Um, I think I already did the astral seer. Yeah. So basically, participate. Just participate. Just do this thing, this aspect in the game. Just go to the ASGARD thing and do your thing. You do your minion fights, and then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you just do your 5 fights. Win or lose, don't matter. Low damage, don't matter. I mean, you have guild mates. You have a guild. I mean, it's a team thing. So there's always some guy that just do crazy fucking amounts of damage, and then you can defeat the boss. And all the previous bosses that were actually skipped that way, you get that loot as well. So you will always gain something, and it's worth it because you do it every week. You just have to have patience when you see the loot coming in and you still not have enough to upgrade anything. It doesn't matter. You just go for it. Go for it. Go for it. It's on repeat, on a weekly repeat. So that's why I only fight on Thursdays, so I can do all these fights in one time. Boom, 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 and I'm done. I'm, so it's 3 minutes. I mean, come on. So that was the video. I don't know. Maybe I can make another video again about the same stuff. I don't know. I wish you all the best. You all take care of each other. Stay safe out there and be well. Thank you for watching.